Welcome back to Recovered Relics. I'm Jody, Grey Wolf. If you haven't been with us before, we're two metal detecting guys that go out in southern Alberta and try to showcase this beautiful land. Behind us is this 1912 windmill pump used for water. It is original to this land itself, this farm. This farm is a 1912 farm, and we're blessed to be out here given permission today to be on this spot. This spot in particular, around us, right behind us, used to be a mercantile shop, and across here there's a bunkhouse. It's 1912. This actually used to be considered part of the town of Carsland, which is where we're at right now. We did get permission to tell that today. What happened is that when the rail came in, they actually moved the town from here up to where it currently sits. So this is very, very original land, and we're very blessed to be here. Let's see what we can grab out of the ground.
Well, we had a pretty good signal. We've been finding a little bit of junk in here, but here we have something that's got a little bit of writing on it.
I'm just going to see what it is.
Something manufacturing, Rochester. Not too sure what it is. Just a cap of some sort. Well, it doesn't have anything that it screws onto or from, but well, we got stuff.
So guys, we have here right in this hole a 90 signal. So it's going between 85 and 90. I'm really hoping we have a really awesome signal here. I'll get right back to you, okay? Well guys, this is what happens when you find round iron. What I have here is a lid, I think, to maybe a teapot, a coffee pot, or something of that nature. At first I thought it was a spoon, but now that I look at it, it looks like the hinge kind of rounded down. So nonetheless, that is really cool. It is convex in nature on the back side here, so concave here obviously. Cool, on to the next. So guys, this is the plug that's in. Just have to find it in the plug now. Hopefully we got it somewhere close. Somewhere in here. We're ringing good. I didn't drop it. Alright, let's see. We're ghosting here. We'll have to get back to you. What we have is another one. Just dug that right out. Now, I'm not sure. It kind of looked like it was going to be a lid, but I don't know. If anybody knows, please put that in the comments. I got another piece to it right there as well. I don't know if you can see that very well, but nonetheless, there it is. Very cool. Yeah.
So we had a pretty good target here. Dug a hole. This is what we found. Kind of spread out these three pieces. Not exactly sure what it is. Again, we're on the front area of an old mercantile store. But we'll take another look here, see if we can figure out what it is, and we'll go from there. So we had a good hole here. We had a good signal. Looks like we found what appears to be, again, we're in front of an old mercantile from 1912 and beyond. This looks like possibly a form or something to do with making shoes. It's a pretty small one. It's got a number 2 point whatever, probably 2 point nothing. So it could be just for a size 2, maybe a form of some sort for making kids shoes.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can see me in the shadows here, but nonetheless, I just got a signal here just outside of the foundation. It's ringing up at about an 82-ish to a 75. I'm just gonna see what it is. 1934 Canada penny, reverse King George. Just awesome. So that just came to the ground. Looks really, really good. Ground's starting to yield, guys. Here we go. On to the next.
Well, we've had another target. Just kind of finished digging up the hole. Not a heck of a lot in here. It just looks like it's a remnants maybe of a clothespin. Just the spring on a clothespin. Somebody's probably hanging up some laundry in the back of this here store or this building. We'll keep on digging.
Guys, just had a screaming signal here somewhere on the AT Pro of I think it was 65 to 70. It didn't really ring up that high, but nonetheless just pulled this out of the ground. Guys, what we have here is just, it looks like a brooch maybe on the back. Look, it looks like maybe some iron or something, and then this is made out of, I believe it's copper. But look, it's got a horse on it. Like, that is so cool. I don't know what this is, if it's off of old furniture. I really don't know, but wow, it is so cool. So stoked. Awesome. On to the next one. So guys, we're getting pretty good signal. It's bouncy a bit, but I'm sure hoping this is going to be something good. So it's right in my plug. I got another plug out too, right over here, and this one is a little lower in signal, but that's okay. So we're going to see what we have here. Hopefully I have something pretty good. See if we can get this going here. Sorry guys for the silence. Let's see if I get my knife picking around somewhere. If I don't, we'll just pull it apart. Just keep pulling apart the plug. It's in my hand, whatever it is. Not sure, don't feel it just yet. Oh, I might have dropped it. I think I dropped it. Oh, bazinga. Guess what that is, guys? We get this sometimes. It's just a zipper pull. Alright, let's stop there and we'll see what's next. So guys, if you can see what's in the hole here, it's a large chunk of iron. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It is heavy. Like it's got this like bevel on the side here. Obviously it went around something round. Has this hole through there, probably for a screw or a bolt or something. I'm not really sure what this is used for. On the back side, I don't know if you can see that, it says 8 and 26. So again, I just don't know. But if anybody knows, please let me know. We'll ask probably the property owner. He's pretty knowledgeable about this stuff as well. But cool find. On to the next.
Just kind of digging through another hole here. Lots of thistles on the ground. But we did manage to find another coin. Certainly a penny. And it's got the maple leaf on it. Just walking along, not too far away from where we found the penny. Turns out that was an American penny, 1957 American penny here in Canada. But we kept digging in the same area, or looking in the same area, and we came up with another item. This is just a tab, probably from a can of Spam or something like it. You get the key that's kind of attached to the back of the can. You slip it in the notch, and you keep twisting until you open that thing right up. Tells us that there's been some activity around here, that's for sure. Let's keep digging.
Okay, there you go. Okay guys, so I don't know if you can see this, but that has some fancy on it. Just a little bit. It's not that big. Has some serrated edge on it. It's on either side. It kind of looks like a little thimble, to be honest. Like it opens up, but it could be just the top to like an eraser top or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it is what it is.
Hello folks, just digging up another good hole. Very good signal. Something big for sure, as it turns out. Yes, it is. Looks like an old vintage doorknob. Not too sure why a doorknob would be sitting right out here, other than myself. But yeah, we have an old brass doorknob. Kind of cool. Let's see what else we can find.
Guys, just got another 84 signal here in the hole. I think it's in the plug now. That's what it seems like. I forgot to mention that Micah's out here, my son Micah and my son Rain, so they're helping us out. If you hear those guys in the background, that's who's videotaping for us most of the day. So shout out to them. So it was just a nail, guys. Sometimes those things tend to ring up high for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but on to the next one. So guys, what I think I have here is a rivet. I'm not entirely sure. Square on the back, round on the front. I'm pretty sure that's what that would have been. Oh well, is what it is. We'll go on to the next thing. One. Go. Guys, look what I found. So that piece that we found earlier fits right in, just like that. I don't know, like it's patented May 1st, 1917. Like, that's old. I'm not sure if that's iron or I'm not sure what the heck that is, but look at that. That is so neat. Again, I guess I'm gonna have to ask about it. Patented May 1st, 1917. Amazing. On to the next. Hey guys, Jody here. Just gonna go over the finds that we were able to get at the 1912 farm, and go over a little bit of history with you. As I mentioned maybe in the previous clips, that this farm was actually located kind of in the middle of the Carsland town, the original town, before the CP rail came in, and then it moved up to where the rail was because that was more convenient, obviously. And nonetheless, this was a site that dates back to the early 1900s. That farm is 1912, obviously. And there was a mercantile shop on there where they would trade to the natives as they passed through. So that's pretty neat in itself. And we did find some things that definitely relate to that time period. So let's go to the wrap-up. Guys, we're going to start with some of the junk that we found because, yeah, it just happens everywhere, right? You're going to go metal detecting. You're going to find classified junk. Still, everything's interesting. Everything you pull out of the ground, you never know what the story is behind it. This extremely large piece of iron just made into a circular pattern. I don't know. It kind of seems like it's almost a race to a bearing, but I don't think so. Big though, nonetheless. Then we've got here our normal assortment of ammunition. Of course, this is on a farm. This is not old. That's plastic. But we do have our 22 rounds there. Probably a 30-06. Not sure exactly. And also, I wanted to show you one thing here, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. This, I believe, if it'll go into focus, is the center punch from a shotgun shell. I did find it. Super old though. Nothing left of what was there. But I thought I'd show you that anyway. Really interesting. Rang up really high. Then we've got all our modern nails and staples. The collection of tin cans and whatnot that usually comes out of the ground. A bunch of junk. Then we've got zipper pull. You've got your clothesline pin. Got some rivets. Those always come on the ground, sounding amazing. Bottle caps. You got to dig them because you never know if it's just going to be a bottle cap or if it's going to be a pull tab or maybe even it's going to be a nickel or some sort of jewelry. So dig everything, guys. Then we come down here, and this little doodad here, this is just off of a motorbike chain. Nothing too special, but tells a little bit of the story there. This does for sure. This was just outside of the mercantile shop. Yes, it is your standard everyday tin. Lead paint on it from what I can see. Yeah, lead paint back in the days. Wow. You never see that now today in stores. But nonetheless, it's got this. You know what this is. On the cans of Spam. Pull that around and voila, your meat comes out. But the mercantile shop sold lots of these. We were talking to the owners. The son of the original owner, still alive to this day, amazing man, and he was saying that they sold so many of these at that mercantile shop, so that's pretty neat to find that. So it's probably got some age to it. Just a top to a pencil, I believe. A bracket, we showed that on the video maybe. And then we go on here, and this is a really thick piece of glass. Look at that, guys. Thick, thick, thick. Don't know what that was to, but man, that was thick. Nonetheless, we go down here. Grey Wolf just coming along, swinging along, and he finds this, and we're like, what is that? It was a piece like this, and then we see the number 2 on there. If we come back, looks like a shoe. Shoe stretcher for a kid. Definitely for a kid's boot. Leather. I guess they must have shrunk after they were wet, and this would go inside of it. And yeah, just such a cool thing to find out of the ground. This rose head spike. Don't know how old that is. The back then there was no railroad through there at that time, and like we said, the house was part of the old town, and that old town then moved up about 1.5 miles to the north once the railroad came through. So I don't know why that's there. I don't know what it would have been used for, but man, that is very big, very stout. Then we come over here, and I was so surprised when on the video I thought these things were going to be like the top to a teapot. I didn't know. Man, they're convex in nature, but supposedly there would have been another side maybe to go like so, if I can pick these both up and go something like that and pinch leather together on either side. So they would adorn leather straps of some sort on either a carriage wagon or with a horse. I'm not entirely sure. This we found first. We were so excited. It had writing on it. Every time we get something with writing, it just helps us identify something. So if you can see that, guys, I believe it said a 26 or 28. I think it's 26. And then an 8 on that side. And I would imagine that has to do with pitch for some reason, because when I showed this to the original owner, well, not the original owner, but the son of the original owner, he saw the two pieces together like this, and he said that's a farming implement. And even though it says on it, I don't know if you can see anything on there. It was on the back. I think it was on the back. Patented Oh, this way, guys. May 1st, 1917. He said they would have used that to turn the weeds out of the ground. I don't know how it attaches, other than there's a pole that goes through here, but no longer used. Really cool piece of a relic that we got out of the ground. This is what it's all about, guys. Recovered relics, telling a story about southern Alberta. So that's so neat. And we go on to here, and you've got your standard oil lamp top piece. It does say Rochester. I haven't looked into it yet. What else does it say there? Something gold. Cold, maybe. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, not particularly old, since I believe it's made out of aluminum. Then we've got our 1980s RC Cola cap. Yeah, this is no longer in production, so it's kind of vintage in its own right. But yeah, that's kind of neat. We've got, to the old house that we were around, the doorknob. To which door? I don't know. But it's a copper doorknob. Obviously, the rest of it is rotting away because it's iron. Which way do we want to go here? We are going to go here. This, I believe, would have been a buckle. It is iron in nature, I believe, or it's zinc. Oh, I think it's iron. Nonetheless, it broke. As you see, no longer useful, discarded. We found it. Micah actually took the metal detector from Grey Wolf for a little second or two. Found this outside of the bunk cabin, which I believe would have been to an old toy. It doesn't have any markings on it to show age, but it's a little cutting wheel. Would have been for tilling. Just a neat little toy. Speaking of toys, we did find this. Again, Grey Wolf found this with Micah. Micah was doing some of the video for Grey Wolf. So as you see on the top, it says Meccano. I don't know if you can tell that. And then it says made in England. So cool. Don't know how old this thing is, but just such a neat little find. We were really excited about that. And we found a bridal rosette, just a plain one, nothing exciting about it, but that's pretty neat. Then we've got here, we've got a piece of horse tack, pretty heavy, iron, and a drawer pull made out of copper. Pure, just heavy copper. So awesome. It's so ununiform in shape. Just been worn away, I guess. But yeah, that's life back then. Just got it made and made into furniture, something utilitarian. Not gonna go there yet. This is really cool, and unfortunately, I was kind of silly, and I was trying to bend it back, and I snapped an edge. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's going to come into focus. Snapped an edge. We thought this was on a bolo tie. A bolo tie is a tie worn by cowboys and cowgirls. And on the back, you'd see it has a clasp across. But actually, this is not a bolo tie. This is a collar tip. It would go on, and hopefully we'll get Micah to insert a picture of a collar tip, or at least an example. And these would go on your collars of your cowboy shirt. And this one fell off, just ended up in the ground. Or maybe it was at that mercantile shop and they were selling them. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's copper with maybe, I don't know, nickel here. I'm not entirely sure. Rang up around the 74. So cool to find that. Such a neat find. And then we go down here, and my son Rain was helping me with some of the videoing, and we found this beauty, this 1934 penny, Canadian penny. I'll flip it this way on the reverse, and here we go. Look at that King George. Just a stellar or stunning penny for the year it is. We're just going to put that back down there because I keep dropping it. But nonetheless, such a neat one. And then Grey Wolf and Micah, they found this wheat cent. Not all that exciting. I mean, wheat cents are wheat cents, but still cool to find it there, especially out west. We don't have a whole lot of old stuff, but 1957. And then we've got a 1951 Canadian cent as well, with King George on the back. Very cool. So awesome. Guys, if you like the adventures we're on, give us a like, subscribe. We'd sure love to have you along for the ride. And yeah, enjoy this video. Enjoy the rest of them, and we'll see you later.